Britain's strongest man, 31 years old now. It's the oldest strongman contest in the world, bar none. And this year, it's in the beautiful Isle of Man in the main town of Douglas. And it's going to be on the promenade this afternoon, decided and finished after 5 events. Now, alongside me is former World's Strongest Man of 2001 from Norway, Sven Karlsen. Sven, what do you think of the Britain's Strongest Man contest?
It's going to be very interesting to see. We are in the country with the longest history of strongman. And the guys are going to take a lot of pride in see who's going to be crowned Britain's strongest man.
Great names from the past. Jeff Capes, Gary Taylor, men who went on and won World's Strongest Man. But this year, there's a mixture of usual suspects and some new mugshots as well. Let's take a look at the athletes. 10 of them in total, and the shortest of all of them, it's dazzling Darren Sadler from Boroughbridge in North England. The giant Geordie Stevie Brooks from Newcastle. He's finished twice second. Mark Felix, 41 years old, originally from Grenada, now living in Blackburn. Stuart Murray, twice former Scotland's strongest man. The veteran's 43 years old now. Mark Lawson, another big man from the northeast of England. He weighs in just over 20 stone. Ollie Thompson from Bexhill-on-Sea. He has to be one of the favourites for today in unbelievable condition. Ray Christie, he is Scotland's strongest man, the prison warder from Perth. Brian Irwin, the man from Belfast, they call the Silverback. He is All Ireland's strongest man. Jimmy Marcoux, formerly of Albania, the bodybuilder, now lives in South London. The giant figure of Terry Hollins, over 6'6", over 27 stone, from Dartford. First event today is the log press for repetitions. 120 kilo log has to be lifted to your chest, pressed overhead to arm's length as many times as possible in 75 seconds. Sven, what's the difficulties to this?
Believe it or not, Colin, this is actually one of the most draining events there is. It's going to test the guys' explosive power, shoulder power, willpower, everything.
A brutal discipline to start us off. Steve Brooks from County Durham in England. He's won England's strongest man on numerous occasions. He goes head-to-head with Stuart Murray, 2 veterans together. Stuart, formerly Scotland's strongest man from Dumfries.
Take your grip.
The size of the shoulders on both of these men. Go! Well, they're started by our referees, Fraser Tranter, and of course Sven Karlsen, world's strongest man of 2001. Stevie Brooks straight away knocks one quick one out, but loses his balance on the right-hand side there. Stuart Murray on the left has had so many injuries. He's torn his tricep and his bicep on his right arm. And you can see on his left arm he's got elbow problems. These guys all wrapped up. The weight so heavy. It's like having one grown woman in either hand and trying to press them out. Each of these guys needs to put in a total at least 6 or 7 if they're going to trouble the big boys. I reckon double figures is possible today. Now Stuart going for rep number 4. He's got to blast this one out. Oh, great overhead power. He gets given the rep. He's a little bit shaky on locking his elbows. This Stevie Brooks to blast out number 6. Good rep. Well, I don't think he's worth too many more. No, he's called it a day. That's it. Time's over. Steve, are you happy with 6?
Yeah, it's about what I've been training each weekend, but considering I snapped both tendons last year, I'm pretty happy.
Is that why you're wearing the neoprens?
Yeah, tricep went and bicep last year in the comp, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
Steve, you keep telling me you're going to retire for about the last 10 years.
Yeah, I know. My wife says, when are you going to stop, when are you going to stop, but I think I'm still looking young though, Colin.
You're looking good, mate.
Cheers.
Well, Mark Lawson, his training partner from up north, he managed 7. Then Ray Christie, the big Perthshire man, just 2. So, on we go with Terry Hollands from Dartford in England, and he goes head-to-head with Jimmy Marcoux from Croydon. And I had a chance to chat with Terry Hollands earlier in the day to see how his training and all his strongman is going.
Terry Hollands from Dartford, 27 stone, 27 years old. My job's fitting security systems. I'd say my size is often a hindrance because obviously crawling through lofts, pulling in cables, not particularly good when you're my size. Before strongman, I've did a lot of judo right from the age of sort of 6 years old, and county level. I was South England champion. Also went to the British Championships. British schools, got a bronze medal there. And then started playing rugby when I was, well, again, about the same age, and carried on from there. Played county level and played for NEC Harlequins for a couple of years when I was sort of 20 years old. Log press, it's not really a good event for me. It's normally one of my worst ones. Hopefully I've done a bit of work sort of trying to get it better over this year. Obviously it was terrible last year, so I think hopefully I can improve a bit and be right up there in the points. Having Carly here with me is brilliant. She supports me every day, so it's nice when she comes to things like this, and obviously sees all the hard work, and it's nice to have her support here as well. I mean, she's as good as having a 10,000 stadium full cheering for me, so yes, it's great to have her here.
Well, 3,000 of the Isle of Man's loyal fans have turned up to Douglas Front here to cheer him on. And Carly will make up the other 7,000, I guess. Oh, wow, look at this. Terry Hollands already blasting out 2 reps. Marcoux, slower. He managed to get 2 up as well rather quickly. Certainly both of these guys look better than the last pairing. Hollands then to pop up number 5. Great lifting from him. Chasing Stevie Brooks's 6 repetitions. Marcoux, very methodical, taking a breath at every stage of the lift. Looks over towards Fraser Tranter, who's refereeing him. He gets the good signal. Look at Marcoux from the chest to overhead. Those shoulders of the former bodybuilder are so powerful. You can see how tall Terry is as well. He was a second row when he played rugby. Can he get it? Yep, that's rep number 8. He needed that one. And Marcoux blasts up number 7. He's got to hold it. He's got Sven Karlsson, former world's strongest man, refereeing him. And Sven's a tough ref, but he's got 7 as the time goes. And Terry, well, he doesn't get number 9, but 8 good lifts for the giant from Dartford. Big Terry, 8 reps.
Yeah, just gassed at about 5. Totally shattered at 5. Yeah, thought I'd be good for more, but fitness weren't there today.
Being as tall as you are, that surely can't help.
Yeah, it's not an advantage, but it's not an excuse either, so just need to get better at it, that's all.
Well, if any man's going to beat that number, it's Brian Irwin, the silverback from Northern Ireland. He's up against Mark Felix. Felix, an incredible deadlifter. He'll have a chance to prove what he can do in that discipline later in the day. That's discipline number 3. But right now it's all about log pressing. And Irwin, 120 kilos, dealt with like it's nothing. Number 3 flies up. Felix up for number 3 as well. Wow, they're chasing the total of Terry Hollands now. 8's the number you have to try and beat. 5 and 4 is the count. Well, he's just a little bit shaky overhead, Mark Felix. He's got colossal arms, the former bodybuilder. Look at Irwin. It's exactly the same speed as the first one. Pops it up onto his chest. Well, Felix driving home another rep there. He needs them because this is his weak event. Well, it's hardly weak as this is for number 7. He locks the elbows, and that's equaled Lawson and Marcoux. Irwin for number 9, and the victory so far. Yes, it's a good rep. Well, I think Irwin's absolutely exhausted. That'll be his total. But Felix, well, has he got any more in him? This would be something else if the man from Blackburn could do it. No, 8 lifts. That's good enough for second equal at the moment. Brian Irwin into the lead. You happy with that?
Well pleased, Logs. My best event, so fingers crossed I can keep it up.
Strong shoulders, Mark, but you got beaten by Brian. Are you surprised?
He was a lot faster than me, and that my log is coming on a lot now, so I'm happy with that.
You got good events to come?
Yeah, I think all events for me now is great events.
What's with the kilt?
Well, it's taking me out of my comfort zone, you know, so that's why I'm wearing it at the moment.
It's a warrior's kilt, is
Yeah,
it?
it's a warrior's kilt, yeah. So look out for war, guys. I'm here.
Good stuff. Well, another warrior is Darren Sadler from Boroughbridge in England, the smallest competitor here today. He's up against Ollie Thompson from Bexhill-on-Sea, down on the south coast. And Ollie has looked in splendid form throughout this year. He hasn't lost a contest in Britain. Both of them, 1 rep easy. Ollie, though, just looks a little bit messy. Darren's so slick. Pops out 3 reps in lightning speed here. So Ollie trying to catch him now. Ollie works as a nightclub doorman down in Bexhill and also cares for underprivileged children. Darren, he has several jobs, and probably the least exciting is pig farming. It certainly is very profitable from what I hear, but Darren Sadler and Ollie Thompson are neck and neck, and Thompson's going into the lead. Wow, this is what we expected. Sadler would do well if he could get a second place here. And this is for 10 reps to go ahead of Brian Irwin. He's done it. He will get second no matter what. Ollie Thompson to batter out 11, continue on with the lead. Sadler now under pressure to get one more. He matches. It's 11 apiece. This to go ahead, number 12. Wow, this has to be some kind of record with 120 kilos. Both of them have a few seconds left. Oh, time has gone. Sadler 11 lifts and second place. And Ollie Thompson goes into the lead with 12 lifts. Darren, 11. Must be pretty pleased.
Yeah, fairly pleased. It's a good event for both of us, and nice to go up against someone who gives you a good run. It keeps you going.
Ollie, you're looking a little tired there.
Well, even after I come out the blocks really quick. Although I knew I was good to keep going, 75 seconds isn't a lot of time for me on that weight. I can go to the end.
You looked like you were a bit nervous in the middle there.
I knew I caught him up by 1. I saw him get cut off in the time, standing there like that. So I thought, if he goes, I'm going. And he went, I went, ran out of time. Great battle, good start.
Great to start, well done, man.
Cheers.
So 2 Englishmen go into the lead here at Britain's Strongest Man. Ollie Thompson on top. Brian Irwin, the Irishman, down in 3rd. Join us for more after this break. Welcome back to the Isle of Man, a unique self-governing island sitting out in the Irish Sea off of the Lancashire coast, 33 miles long and 13 miles wide. It belongs neither to the UK or the European Union, but is very much a part of the British Isles. Famous for its beautiful castles, its Victorian Laxey wheel, and indeed the TT and GP, the mecca of motorbiking. But this isn't about motorbikes, this is another sport today. Event 2 today is the truck pull, and it's 7.5 tons on this cab, and you have to pull it for 40 meters. Sven, this is the longest truck pull in history. Tell me about it.
Colin, I've been doing more than 150 shows, and I would say this is the hardest test of a truck pull I ever seen. It's going to be very interesting to see if anybody can finish it.
Well, right now they're just running the truck up and down to warm the wheels up, to give the guys a little bit of an extra chance. Personally, I don't think anyone will do this. Up the incline, Ray Christie found the going hard, 25 meters. Stuart Murray, he fared just a little bit better. Questions were asked, was there a hill in the middle? Mark Lawson, almost the same. Steve Brooks, one of the best truck pullers in the business, he couldn't beat the 26-meter mark either. So when Jimmy Marcoux went to 30 meters, the new boy was thrilled. Brian Irwin, the silverback, ran out of puff at 26. So on we go with Terry Hollands, the big man from Dartford in England. A little bit of a joke there with the referees.
So please welcome to the truck for
This harness
Terry Hollands.
fits tightly around his giant body. And I have to say, body weight will surely be a help here. And of course, those enormous legs. He's pushed many a scrummage in rugby, played professional down in New Zealand. And of course, for Harlequins at an under-21 level. It's amazing, he's only been in the sport for 2 years in strongman. Had quite a few years just sitting around doing nothing, and suddenly realized his athletic potential in strongman. Spent a couple of weeks down the local gym and was the strongest man already without doing any training. I'm amazed he managed to find size 19 climbing shoes. I wonder where they were imported from. But look at this, he's coming up past the 25-meter mark. No problem for the big man. He's driving towards the line, and could he be the first man to finish 40 meters? Well, I don't think he's even going to use the entire time here. It's going to be about a minute. He stretches 60.55 seconds. Terry, how hard was that?
Really hard. Got to about 25 metres and I just couldn't believe how much further I had to pull it again. Just legs were just burning, like the worst burning feeling in my legs I've ever had.
Does that remind you of rugby scrummaging?
Yes, it's pretty similar actually. This rugby scrum doesn't last anywhere near 60 seconds. No, hard work.
You'll be all right for the next event, though?
Yeah, of course.
Big disappointment for Mark Felix. He ground to a halt at 28 metres. And at 5'10" and 17.5 stone, Darren Sadler just made it over 20. So on to the final man and our leader, Ollie Thompson.
My name's Ollie Thompson, from South East England. I'm 26 years old, 21.5 stone, 6'1". I'm very confident for this year's Britain's Strongest Man. Feeling in good shape. I've had a few near misses and I think it could be my turn this year. Nobody really worries me. I've got certain guys that I respect right now, such as Mark Felix, Darren Sadler, Terry Hollands, guys who I rate highly, but I feel like on my day I can beat any of them. Terry can obviously pull a truck very fast and he can use his weight to his advantage in certain events. But I feel like there's quite a few events that I can certainly get the better of him on also. I feel like the timing is good for me. I'm in my best shape ever. I've packed on a lot of size since last time out. And I'm ready. I hope everyone else is ready because I don't want to beat anyone in their not best shape.
Ollie Thompson drives away from the line. Getting over the initial inertia of this truck is so difficult. And uphill as well. Still so many meters in front of him. He's seen the agony of the other 9 competitors attacking this slope. The legs pumping full of lactic acid with every step. Well, what a crowd we have here in the Isle of Man. They really are embracing this strongman competition. All of Britain's best here competing. And Ollie Thompson is leading after one event. I don't think it's going to be the time of Terry Hollands, but he's going to be the second man to finish. And his time, 73.5 seconds, 13 seconds short of Terry. But what a performance. There'll be shaky legs in the next discipline, and that's shaking the points around as well as Darren Sadler drops out the top 5 and Terry Hollands moves up into second. So we're hitting the halfway stage, and the next event is the van deadlift. Now, Sven, this is 300 kilos. How hard is that?
It's world-class, Colin. This is exactly the same truck as they use for World's Strongest Man, so it's going to be a real killer.
World's Strongest Man weight. Amazing how things move on. Fraser, you're a former World's Strongest Man competitor. You're refereeing with Sven. What are you looking out for?
Well, they've got to be fully locked out in a fully controlled lift.
Okay, we're at the halfway stage after the most brutal truck pull ever. We'll see how much these guys have left. Stuart Murray had nothing left in the tank. 0 lifts for this former great powerlifter. Scotland's other strongman, Ray Christie, couldn't manage one either. Mark Lawson managed to hump out 3. And his training partner, Steve Brooks, managed no better. So, on we go with Jimmy Marcoux from Croydon. The ever-smiling Jimmy Marcoux. He's up against Darren Sadler. who looks a lot more like he's here for business.
Take your grip.
So, Jimmy against Darren. Two of the shortest men of the competition get started underway from Sven Karlsson. World's strongest man of 2001, our referee today. 2 reps apiece. Oh, Jimmy looks a little better at the moment as he drives up number 4. That certainly takes him into the lead. 5 now for Markku. Sadler 1 behind here. But I can tell you, Darren Sadler does have a great back. On his day, he can do repetition after repetition, but how much is that truck pull taken out of him? He's struggling even to get his hips through. Well, a little re-chalk. They're not allowed to use straps, and that puts a lot of strain on the grip. So Sadler, he's done 5 reps so far. He desperately needs to get another couple out. Markku knocks out another one. He looks like he could make double figures here. Sadler goes for 6. Oh, and Markku gets number 9. Well, that's it for Darren. Not much time left.
5 seconds.
5 seconds to go. Just enough to get one more. Number 10. He's done it. Jimmy Markku. Wow, what a benchmark for all the others. Mark, everyone's saying you're the best deadlifter in the world. Are you going to show it here?
Yeah, I'm going to show it here today. It's time for me to start pulling out some points now. So I'm looking forward to the deadlift.
Prediction, how many?
16, 17.
16 or 17. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, that would be tremendous. It's a big ask, but if anyone can do it, it's Mark Felix from Blackburn in England. And he goes head-to-head with a great guy, Brian Irwin from Belfast. Irwin, known as the Silverback, is back like a piece of iron. Look at Felix, though, the kilted warrior from Grenada originally. Well, Irwin's struggling already. That's a surprise. And Mark Felix already has blasted out 7 repetitions. Number 8, no problem at all. A little bit of a shake there. But this is for number 10. He's managed to equal Markku. 11 reps into the lead now. Can Irwin get another one out? Number 12. Irwin stuck on 7. That's 13 for Felix. Well, Brian Irwin will be disappointed with that. But can he manage the 16 he wanted? That's number 14, and he's holding it for good measure. Wow, what a performance from Felix. A few seconds left. Can he squeeze out number 15? Jacks it up the thighs, the hips are through, it's a good lift. Irwin, he gets 7. The grip can go sometimes. You can see him looking at his hands, but congratulations to Mark Felix. The pressure is on the others. Mr. Thompson, Mark Felix is about the best in the world in deadlifting, but you're not that far behind, are you?
No, I'm not a bad deadlifter, but Mark's even better.
Now, you're being modest. I know you're very, very good, but Terry Holland's a tough competitor, and he's going to try and stick with you. Do you think he can match you?
I think he'll give it a good shot. He's a gutsy competitor, Terry. Good truck pull, but I'll be disappointed if I don't beat Terry on the deadlift.
Hey, you haven't taken too much out of your legs in truck pull, then?
No, I seem to hit a good run, so I was quite lucky with it, but you'll find out now, won't you?
We will find out. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers.
Now, Terry, you're up against Ollie Thompson, one of Britain's best deadlifters. Can you match him here?
I don't know, hopefully. I'll give it my best shot. I think Ollie's probably got the edge on me deadlifting wise, but I mean, I'll give it my best and we'll see what happens.
Now, talk us through this bar here. You're about as wide as a house. You're about as wide as the van here, Terry. Can you fit in all right?
It's a bit of a struggle, but it's the same for everyone, I suppose, so just do my best.
Those snake hips of yours are struggling to get in there. Good luck, good luck.
Thanks.
Terry Hollands up against Ollie Thompson. Big Terry, he's not happy with the bar. He really wants to grip it much, much wider, but Ollie Thompson, he's the man on form. He's in the lead at the moment after 2 events.
Take your grip.
And Ollie Thompson has to have the advantage here. He's got the pedigree in deadlifting. He's pulled nearly 400 kilos, 880 pounds in the gym. And the two of them start attacking this neck and neck. Oh, wow. He's already looking like he's struggling. And Hollins completes 6. Ollie Thompson on 7. Both of these guys would like to get at least a 2nd or 3rd place here. Thompson now on 8. Big Terry needs this 7th one. It'll go equal then with Brian Owen. Chalking up again. The hands sweat so much in this kind of competition. Bright sunshine here in the Isle of Man. Really is a beautiful day here. Colossal crowd. For a crowd that love their TT, they're getting a great performance of high-octane strongman. And the leaders in this overall competition are sitting in 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Thompson's done 9, but Terry, this would equal him, and it would be equal 2nd place. It is, it's a good lift. Wow, that was so important for Hollins to keep his chances alive in Britain's Strongest Man and keep him close to Ollie Thompson on points. Ollie, you seem to go a little bit faint there.
Yeah, just got to got 7th or 8th rep, and suddenly this blood hit my head and just wasn't lifting the bar anymore.
Now, Terry, you must be pretty pleased with that, though, to stick with Ollie in that event.
Yeah, pretty pleased. I mean, like you said earlier, Ollie's one of the best deadlifters in the country, so to even get close, I'm happy.
But Felix,
Unbelievable. 15 reps is pretty impressive.
this is really going to go tight to the wire, isn't it?
Hopefully, yeah.
Me too.
Cheers. Thanks.
5 men within 6.5 points. 2 events to go. This is really heating up. Join us for more after this quick break. The cornerstone event of any good strongman competition is, of course, the Atlas Stones. Now, this set is 5 stones, starting at 110 kilos, finishing at 150. Sven, just how hard is this at this stage in the competition?
Well, it's a classic strongman event, and this is the way we test the strength of the real man. I think this is actually the way strongman started.
Well, a veteran, Stuart Murray, showed everyone how to do it when he did all 5 in just under a minute. Raymond Christie couldn't quite manage the 5th stone. And then in barrel breaking form, Mark Lawson taught everyone a lesson just under 30 seconds. Brian Irwin, he couldn't quite match Lawson, but a good time. Jimmy Marku, the novice to strongman, showed he can lift stones too. So, on with the contest. And we have 5 more men. Steve Brooks is the next man out. Look at the condition this guy's in. Just over 40 years old now. He's come twice 2nd at Britain's Strongest Man. Always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Is this his chance? Well, I don't think so, not this year. He's too far behind in points. But I tell you one thing, he is an unbelievable stone lifter. And I think he could chase Mark Lawson's time here. Lawson was quick with 29.61 seconds, but this is going to be close. Perhaps a little bit slow on the 5th one. Gets the hips in, drives it through, 33.18. And the Isle of Man crowd loving this. So on to dazzling Darren Sadler. The 18-stone, 5'10" man from Boroughbridge in northeast England. Height is an advantage in this event, but I'll tell you what, when you got as much power as Darren does, you don't need it. Look at that. And the exciting thing is, for strongman fans, Darren has qualified for the World's Strongest Man contest in China later in the year. He did that through the Super Series, and the winner of today's contest will be going to the Super Series. That's one of the golden tickets and prizes you get here. Well, Sadler's time, 27.5 seconds, and that's good enough for the lead. Darren, you happy with your performance?
Yeah, it was as quick as I could go, so I can't ask for more than that, really.
What's this stuff on your arms, then?
Just tacky to help you stick to the stones a little bit.
It's all the stones are stuck to you now, aren't they?
That's it, yeah, I've got half of the stones on my arm, but yeah, I'm happy with that.
Good, well done.
Cheers.
Mark Felix. incredibly long arms. Wrap round these stones like they're nothing. And in Poland at the World's Strongest Man Super Series a couple of weeks before this, he managed to beat Mariusz Pudzianowski, the world's strongest man, at the stones on home soil. Something that's never been done before. Well, 27 seconds, the time to beat. The fifth stone, 23.27 for Felix. And a cameraman nearly gets taken out there. Whew, high power stuff. The pressure's on the others now. Hollins and Thompson. Felix is on the prowl. Mark Felix, that was amazing. What was the secret?
Well, I decided just take it up on my knees and just up to my chest and straight with it rather than once if I bring down low, I go have to pause again and go up, but I decided to just take it on my knees straight up and roll with it.
Now, Mark, you're known as the gentleman, a strongman, but there's a new aggressive you at the moment. What's it all about?
Oh yeah, I was too laid back, so that's what I killed for, to come out of my comfort zone and just start to make some good performance.
We're loving it. Well done.
Oh yeah, thanks.
The third man that'll be representing Britain at the World's Strongest Man in China will be Terry Hollins. And Terry will need to put in a good performance there in the stones. Last year at the World's Strongest Man, he missed out in the final because of the stones and because he slipped. Oh, could this cost him Britain's Strongest Man as well? That wasn't good on the second stone and a little bit goofy on the third. You can hear Carly, his girlfriend, in the background screaming away. Come on, Terry, they're shouting. Well, the big man plops it on at 28.5 seconds. I think he'll be disappointed with that. I'm going to beat you to it, Terry. You're not happy with your second stone.
No, I don't know exactly what happened there. I think I tried to run through the barrel as opposed to put the stone on it, but oh well. Not the best, but
You're very light on your feet for a big man. Surprising.
yeah, I think it's just the years of running through, playing rugby and stuff. I mean, I've been running since I was a little kid, so it's no problem.
What's your bet on whether Ollie will beat that?
I would imagine he probably will, yeah. Afraid to say. Hopefully I can take him on the farmers afterwards, though, so still not over yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ollie Thompson.
Ollie Thompson, the leader of our competition. He'd like to put in a quick performance here in the stones, but Mark Felix has almost put the fifth stone time out of sight here. Felix's time of 23.27 seconds. Oh, there goes a barrel. And that proves to you these aren't styrofoam. These old whiskey barrels, they've lasted 100 years and they're getting smashed up today. What's he going to do? It's going to be close to the time of Felix. That was very quick on the fifth stone. 22.64. Thompson, the leader, extends his lead with a win in the stones. It's almost disbelief from Thompson. The Isle of Man are seeing a demonstration here. So you must be pleased with the stones?
I'm very happy with the stones. I was a little bit nervous before. Got a bit of a reputation for blowing it when it comes to gets to the crunch. Bit of nerves and that. I just want to try and enjoy it and do it how I do it in training, because that's how you should do it. That's the whole point of training, isn't it?
Now it's going to come down to a final between you and Terry. It's going to be a sprint off in the farmers. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the guys that are on my tail are good farmers walkers, good farmers walk guys. So it makes it more interesting. They're nowhere near the finish line yet. There's a long way to go. I've learned that before. Be interesting. I'm ready for it.
Well done.
Thank you.
The CNP Stones have furthered Ollie Thompson's chances of winning this contest with one event to go. But Mark Felix and Terry Hollins are still close. And here's confirmation of the points. Thompson 36.5, 4 ahead of Felix, and then another 1.5 points back to Big Terry. One event to go. So it all comes down to the final event, and it's the Farmer's Walk, a real traditional one. It's 130 kilos in each hand. That's round about a fully laden fridge freezer in either hand, and you have to run 40 metres up, come round a cone and run 40 metres back. Sven, 100 metres is hard enough in the best of times. What's the secret to this?
Now everybody is exhausted. Now it's all about willpower. Who wants it the most?
Well, a former great British athlete at Farmers Walking was, of course, yourself, Fraser. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, this has probably been the best Britain's Strongest Man final since I can remember, Colin. You know, so it's just to the end, and he who can go through the pain barrier may be crowned champion today.
May the best man win. Another Britain's Strongest Man finishes in failure for Steve Brooks, but still some great performances. His training partner Mark Lawson managed 57.8 seconds and he finished the Farmers. So, on to the next pairing. And it's Darren Sadler from Boroughbridge in England, who's seen his chances of winning this title slip away after the truck pull. Brian Owen, the big man from Belfast, never really in the running, and that was a bit of a surprise. So Sven Karlsson gets these two underway for the final time today, and it's the Farmers Walk, a traditional and great event. It tests grip strength, leg strength, athleticism, and of course willpower. When it's this long, it's a mental test as well. So at the halfway, Sadler in the lead, but he's dropped him down. Owen does the same thing. Once you start turning around these cones, it really puts some torque on your lower back and stomach muscles. Very hard to keep control of them. Sadler's off again. 30 meters between him and glory. He's sprinting for it, but he's gone down again. Well, no one can accuse this Britain's Strongest Man of being easy. This contest is the hardest we've seen for years. And what a finish this is turning out to be. These two guys battling out for top 5 positions. Whoever finishes in front of the other here should finish in 5th position, all things being normal in front of them. We still have 2 pairings to go. 75 seconds to finish this. The time's just about run out. Well, Owen only managed 67 meters, but Sadler has completed the course. Brian Owen, enjoyed yourself?
Brilliant experience, good event. Hopefully back next year, hopefully.
What are you going to work on for next year?
Plenty of cardio, plenty of speed.
You'll look like this man over here. You're looking the best, Darren, we have to say that.
Tired.
Did you enjoy it?
It was good, yeah, good race. I've been happy overall, just a bit of a nightmare with that truck pull, don't have enough body weight, but I'll keep trying.
Next year?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll see, the world's strongest man.
Definitely, yeah. See you there.
Well done.
Thanks.
Our penultimate pairing, Terry Hollands, who's sitting in 3rd position at the moment, goes up against Jimmy Marcoux. He's having so much fun, isn't he? Sitting in 4th and Britain's Strongest Man at the first time of asking. And Jimmy Marcoux has to be one for the future. The former Albanian who got his British passport a couple of years ago really is so strong. Built like a brick outhouse. As for Terry Hollands, he's built like a skyscraper. Look at him, 6'7", and he's got some foot speed as well. Amazing. Comes round the 40-meter mark. Is he going to do the drop trick? No, he isn't. He's going straight for it. Oh, his grip's going. Look at the length of his arms. His arms look like they're being pulled out of the shoulder sockets. This is going to be a great finish from Hollands. Would he be the first man to go all the way at the first time of asking? No. He drops at the line and shuffles it over, but still the best time by a long way. What an athlete Hollands is. And we'll see him at the World's Strongest Man. I don't think, unless Ollie Thompson and Mark Felix choke in the final event, Terry has much of a chance of winning Britain's. But you never know. Come on, Jimmy. This is for pride now. The new guy to strongman, and he's full of heart. Remember the name, Jimmy Marcoux, because this is the first time We've seen him really on the national stage, and 70.7 metres is a great way to end his Farmer's Walk. Terry, that was phenomenal. Almost running at the end there.
Yeah, my grip was starting to go, so I had to put the foot down a bit, hoping I could cling on for the line, but I just couldn't quite make it.
I have to say, it was tremendous. What have you got to say about the new guy, though, Jimmy Marcoux?
Oh, I mean, he's new to the sport this year. I mean, a bit like I was last year. Unbelievably talented, and I'm sure come next year he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with.
Jimmy, what do you got to say about your friends back home? You enjoyed it? Are you going to be back next year?
Very much, yes, I will. It's great to compete with guys. Terry, Ollie, all of those guys. Beautiful crowd. It's amazing. I'm just quite pleased.
Hey, Mark. I know you're just preparing now, but you're about to go. You're just a few points behind, and I know the secret. You're a great Farmer's Walker, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very good at Farmer's Walk. It's one of my good events, and I'm looking forward to this one.
Can you beat Ollie?
Definitely.
I like your style. Let's go have a quick chat with Ollie. Ollie, before you go here, mate, we just wanted to find out, what do you think your chances are here? Can you hang on? You've got a lead.
I think the chances are great. I'm confident. I don't have to win the event, but I've got to do enough. I know what I've got to do, and I'm ready for it.
You do know Mark Felix is one of the best Farmer's Walkers in the world.
I do, but I'm one of the best at other things. That's why I'm 4 points in the lead.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Ready! Mark Felix in the kilt. The kilted warrior against Ollie Thompson. Ollie in the lead by 4 points at the moment in Britain's Strongest Man. But it's Felix who's doing the running here. Well, Ollie may be taking the sensible option here. All Ollie's got to do is finish it now. 3 men have finished so far. He's just got to beat Mark Lawson's time of 57.87 seconds, and Ollie Thompson will be Britain's Strongest Man. Well, look at Felix. He's trying to do this in one go. He'll be the only man if he does it. He is. He's beaten Terry Hollands, and by a few seconds. Well, now we're going to find out what Ollie Thompson's made of. He needs to finish this to guarantee the title. Oh, if he doesn't, it could be a disaster for the young man from Bexhill-on-Sea. So close to the line, a few meters to go. The grip's giving way, and if he doesn't finish now, the 4-point gap will be closed by Mark Felix, and it'll go to countback. Whoever has the most first, seconds, and thirds. Come on, Ollie, just a few meters to go. He's a broken man. No more for Ollie Thompson. 76.8 meters, less than 4 meters from the line.
Good performance there by Mark Felix.
And that means it will go to countback. Who has the most firsts, the most seconds, and then maybe even the most thirds. How dramatic. Mark Felix, you must be happy with the Farmer's Walk then.
Yeah, I'm happy with the Farmer's Walk. I always know that I had it in the bag, you know. So I was looking forward for that event. It's a good event for me.
Now, Ollie Thompson, mate, let's have a look at your hand.
Both. First pick-up went down, and it was just very hard to grip with that.
I don't know what the scores are.
I have no excuses. It's not my excuse. Best man wins.
Who knows yet? I thought they're going to the scores now. I think it could end up being equal. We're just going to go through all the scores again. Obviously, we'll go and count back if it is. What are your thoughts on that Farmer's Walk, though?
I'm very disappointed, obviously. I built up a good lead. Thank God I did. After a disappointment like that, still being a chance of winning, you've done well for the rest of the show. Just a bit disappointed. It seems to slip away from me a lot. Maybe I might get the decision today. I think if it's a count, I think if it's a tie, I think it could go my way.
We have a tie for first place. Britain's Strongest Man for 2006 is Ollie Thompson.
Well, there's confirmation. Thompson wins on countback. High drama here in Douglas on the Isle of Man. The tightest and the greatest Britain's Strongest Man competition ever. Well, if it was fiction, you might not believe it. This had everything.
It's a bit, disappointing, it's just one of those things, I mean.
This is more than one of those things, Ollie. What does this mean to you, mate?
I'm over the moon. I'm also I feel sorry for Mark. We've had wins against each other. I've had my downs, I've had my ups. I've got lucky on today. There's 2 champions today. Level points. You just have to decide who gets the trophy. I'll take the trophy home. I'm happy to have the trophy. but it's equal scoring.
Mark, what are your words on Ollie as the champion?
Yeah, I'm happy for Ollie. You know, I mean, coming to the comebacks, he wasn't end up in first place, so I'm happy for him.
Ollie, congratulations, Britain's strongest man.
The second place prize given out courtesy of Mr. Sven Karlsson, World's Strongest Man of 2001. And the first place prize given out courtesy of Mr. Maurice Hazel, Chairman of OTE. And it's a Manx sword given out very rarely by the Manx government to Ollie Thompson.